What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And we again saw very muted action from the index, especially Nifty and Banknifty. Very silent action. And most of the action was from the mid-cap names. Now, we've seen a lot of names hitting upper circuits today, including a lot of names from the defense space. I think we've also seen a lot of iron ore and energy stocks doing the same thing. So again, there's a lot of action in multiple sectors, different kind of stocks, and I think that is set to continue tomorrow and the entire week ahead. So if you're new here, consider hitting the subscribe button and make sure to like the video if you like the content and the research, because we are trying to help you select better stocks because you are only as good as the stocks you trade. So let's get started with the watch list first, and before that, I'll just try to give you a quick walkthrough of what essentially happened as far as the mainline, the headline index is concerned, which is Nifty and Banknifty. So I'll just go over to Nifty first. Now, it's pretty simple to kind of understand that Nifty has been into like a narrow range after this huge volatility post-election, pre-election. And I think we are heading higher, but we're kind of contracting in a narrow range. That means there could be a big move coming in, probably on the upside or on the downside. Looks tricky. If you look at the intraday action for Nifty for the entire day, I think we have been for the last, I think 5 or 6 days, we've probably been into like a narrow range over here. So if you look at the low to the high range, it's probably about 8-day range of 342 points. Even if I talk about Bank Nifty, I think the story remains the same. Bank Nifty also has been moving pretty much sideways, and Bank Nifty hasn't been able to kind of reclaim the highs. So as of now, Bank Nifty setting up in a bullish way. We have recovered from everything. I think all the overhang about election, stable government, all of that has gone away. And the entire focus now gets on to the budget, which is going to be announced somewhere in July. So with that being said, I think there's going to be a stock-specific market, and let's quickly get started with the watch list. So first up, we've got Aavas Financiers, which has broken out of the base, and now it is aiming for a fresh breakout. Now remember, we have seen the the Prime Minister Pradhan Mantri Aavas Yojana, which is going to get a lot of inflow into affordable housing, and Aavas Financiers is a beneficiary of that. So I think this one's going to be on my watch list. Next up, we've got JSW Holdings, which is again coming out from a nice little base. And again, this is into the financing of a lot of different kind of industries. So I think this is going to be another one which is going to be on my radar. Another name from the energy, we've seen Orissa Minerals hit an upper circuit, by the way. And we actually got a chance to trade that. So I'll just quickly show that to you. So we were into Orissa Minerals, I think, from the last 5 or 6 days. And we caught like a very good move. So this is the move in Orissa Minerals that came in today. We were long in OMDC since a long time, and I think that's the same setup that we've been talking about. So OMDC had a very nice move. We were able to capture some of it, but we didn't really have an expectation that it would go on to hit an upper circuit. So that was great move in OMDC, and I think there's going to be a lot of other stocks in the space trying to do that. So I think OMDC or Sandur Manganese, both of them are going to be on radar once again for tomorrow. Now, mind you, manganese prices are at all-time high, and Sandur Manganese is a direct beneficiary of that. So please make sure to track this one, because I think this one has the potential to kind of skyrocket in the months to come, or maybe in the weeks to come. So I think from a daily, weekly, monthly perspective, this stock has to be on your radar. The basing is done pretty nicely. The consolidations are great. So I think probably one of my favorites. Now, next up, we've got Ashoka Buildcon, which is like a aggressive kind of a trading near the highs. Very nice contraction. So I think this is also going to be interesting. Next up, we've got CMEC Limited, which is again into the oil field segment, and again a nice little base getting created. Next up, we've got KDDL, which is into the consumer specialty business. Again, a decent base. The wick is a problem over here, but overall a nice structure. So we'll keep this one on our radar. Ajmera Realty, I think this one also is going to be something that might surprise a lot of people. I think this is also setting up in a nice tight base. Cyient, another one, probably my second favorite after Sandur Manganese from today's list. So Cyient is also doing nice little things. Now we saw persistent move well today. We've seen a bunch of IT names, even including Wipro, starting to see good traction. So I think this is going to be an interesting one. IRCTC is again another very good name on the 1 hour, on the 1 hour time frame. I think it's setting up really well. So I think this could also be interesting. Next up, we've got IMFA, Indian Metals. And I think on the daily chart, this is trying to tap into the order block. So this one is also an interesting one. Arrow Granite, on the other hand, is another name from the construction material space, which is trying to break out of the range. So I think this is also going to be an interesting one with high volumes. Kiri Industries, another one which I feel could be a star performer tomorrow into the specialty chemical space. Let's see how this one performs. Advani Hotels, I think my third favorite from the list because of the structure and the setup that it has created. So I think that's also an interesting one. SAT Industries, another one setting up in a very tight range kind of an action, contracting around moving averages. So I think this one is also going to be an interesting one to watch out for, reacting from an order block as well. So that's an interesting one. Ramco Cement. Now all eyes were on Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, elections and the new government being formed. So I think Ramco Cement, after a brief period of underperformance, and you can see that from the highs, I think this one is also going to be, something that investors are going to be tracking out. And last but not the least, another very interesting name, Mahindra Logistics, coming out of a very, very long, narrow base. And I think this is ready to set, to probably explore, and probably a trade idea over here would look like a 5% stop to probably target like a 10-20% move. So these were the stocks that I'm going to be watching out for tomorrow. A lot of stock-specific action, and I think these stocks may outperform the markets tomorrow. So I hope this list helps you out, and do make sure to hit the subscribe button, drop in a comment, and hit the like button if you appreciate our efforts. So that's it from my side. I'll see you in the next episode. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Take care, and bye-bye.